it's important, guys, that you understand that you always stand when introduced to a lady. Always. No matter how old she is. If she's 13 or 103, you stand when you're introduced to a lady. Always. You never remain seated. Now, I want you to notice non-public setting. In a small, non-public setting, you would stand when the lady enters the room. Now, it's important that you get small and non-public in your head, because you're going to be at a banquet. And you're way over here at this table. This lady just left the room for whatever reason. She comes back in the room. You're 50 yards away from her, and you stand when she enters the room. That's just weird. In a small, non-public setting, you're a teenage boy. You're in your living room, on the couch, reading a book, doing whatever, watching a football game. Your mom brings in one of her friends into the house. You stand when that lady enters the room. You don't just nod, hey, Mom, got any chips? Stand when that lady enters the room. By the way, you remain standing until she sits down or leaves the room. That's just polite behavior. Fellas, always shake a man's hand. When you meet a man, it's polite to shake him. Now, I'm talking about our culture. There are some cultures where that's not polite. In our culture, you shake a man's hand when you are introduced to him. It is the polite thing to do. Fellas, don't offer your hand to a lady. It's just, some women they like their space, and they don't, it's just too familiar. Don't offer your hand to a lady you've just been introduced to. Just stand there very politely, make eye contact with her, and say, Miss Smith, I'm very pleased to meet you. I've been looking forward to this. I've heard so many good things about you. But don't offer your hand to her. Now, girls, if a man offers his hand, shake it. Don't stand there and stare at him. The man says, Mrs. Smith, it's good to meet you. That's a bit of an awkward moment right there. And he's going to go. Shake the man's hand if he offers you his hand. Now, guys, you don't shake a woman's hand like you do a man's hand. Very important. Shake a man's hand, you give a man a good, strong thumb, interlocked thumb handshake, and you squeeze a little bit. And please do that. But when you shake a lady's hand, her hand is smaller, and you're going to hurt her if you shake her hand. And some of you guys have done this. You've done that. You've had a handshake with a female, and you can see the grimace on her face. Just when you take a lady's hand, it's a very light grip. And by the way, just one little shake goes, hey man, it's really good to see you. Just one little shake, and take your hand back. Don't break her fingers. You won't make a great impression.